What do we got in here?
So this is a Blueprint Motorsports LS as well.
Hold it like a microphone.
That works. So this is our naturally aspirated version. So we have a Power Adder long block, and then we have our naturally aspirated long block. So just doing some validation on some springs right now with a big 1040, 4150 carb. Yeah, go for it. Yeah. And so it's our LS 427 with the different cam, different spring.
Wait, am I allowed in here? I keep just walking places. Kel, is this right? Okay.
No, you're fine. Yeah.
Oh, they're right here. Sorry, oops. Sorry, Norris.
Good. So this makes about 670 to the crank.
Nice.
So yeah, doing some spring validation right now with this testing.
And
so.
every engine that goes out those doors gets dyno.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
That's insane.
these dynos are calibration.
Oh,
You have another set of dynos?
Yeah.
Yeah, these aren't the production dynos.
What?
So these is where all the fun happens, and then we make sure it's able to build on the floor. So we build the BOM, we build the work instructions, we build everything back here. We do all the testing, and then we pull a little bit of a D rate out of them. So day-to-day fluctuation kind of a thing.
Gotcha.
And then they hit the floor in one of our 4 dynos out there, and then they get tested out there.
Wow.
Yeah,
This
and that's
is
more of a
crazy.
production facility. So there's literally track coming in, track going out, versus these being on run stands.
Yeah, we pull these out, put them on over under a lift, and it's kind of a little custom fit for each one. So.
This is nuts, dude. I thought it was going to be Andrew out here with a floor jack. I didn't know you guys were this fancy.
And then Kelly, you can talk about this one, this next one. That's
There you go. Here, you touch on what it is.
so this is one of our 632 1,000 plus production engines.
What?
So 632 cubic inches. It runs on 93 pump gas. That's what we test it with. It's got a 1475 Dominator. It also comes with a sniper package as well. So we're just
Wow.
checking valve lash right now, and every single one of these gets hand built back here by R&D specialist, and it gets dyno tested by us as well to make sure everything's perfect.
Wow.
Here's something to touch on. When you get an engine from us and the oil looks like that, don't freak out. We add dye to it so that when they do run it on the production dyno, they kill the lights, hit it with a black light. So
See if there's any leaks.
Exactly. Yep.
Gotcha. So it's strictly for testing. If it's a little bit of green in there, don't worry about it.
Correct. There's
right.
going to be, we'll drain them, but there'll be some residual.
Of course,
oil.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks it's a coolant leak, and it's like, no,
Nope. Just to make sure there is no
we
other
don't run
leaks.
any coolant. We're just running water here.
That's wild.
Yep.
That is so big.
Would that fit in your trailer?
Yes, right now. I can pull up to
There's
that dock.
there's
Yeah.
some customer that's been waiting too long for it. So.
This is gorgeous, man.
Yeah. Fortunately, though,
What's up,
you can
fellas?
see
How we
there.
doing? How you doing, buddy?
These guys are knocking these out. So, build time on the 632 is 1015 is shrinking. We did have a bit of a backlog, but I think they only have a couple left, and we're going to be completely caught up. So,
Sick. 1,000 plus horsepower 632 is just cranking them out the door.
On pump gas.
Oh man, that's insane.
Yep.
That would totally fit in the dually.
and if you're in a state where you can't get 93 octane, Blueprint Engines has its own line of fluids now, so we do have a boost additive or an octane booster.
Whoa. High tech.
We validated that one.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So LS 427.
Oh man.
So this
And
is
this has a
this
truck
is an
engine.
industrial engine.
Yeah, it does have the stock.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then obviously back here we can do that where we can test different intakes. So they could use that intake, or we could use
Yours.
our intake, and then run the same exact engine and see what the horsepower. and
So in a work truck situation, this is what we would be testing because
Yeah.
it's an OEM style. And then, oh, this is in my Nova. Boom, the custom intake.
Yep.
So cool.
Hello.
Just
So-
too bad we didn't have one running right now.
No.
Back here today.
I wish,
Oh.
but no.
I could pull the handle.
Yeah. We'll go out when we go out to the production floor. We should have one there.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I want
Must
to
be
pull the
Kelly.
handle.
Sorry.
If something happens, I'll just run. I ain't running far. But. Fellas, take it easy, guys.
Headed to production floor right now.
What are
Blocks.
these?
You got big blocks. You got,
You got LS.
No, but I mean,
behind
these
you.
are fresh, ready for the build.
Yeah, so every engine has a BOM, so bill of materials. And this is going to tell you what it is. By the part number, I can tell you it's going to be a 598.
So these are all waiting in line
Yep,
to get built to go to the owners.
yep. But let's go show you what a raw casted block looks like.
Oh, hell yeah.
We'll go over here.
there you go.
What is this? This is crazy. This is crazy. They're all just in line, waiting to get built. Do the build sheets have names on them?
No.
I'll be like, I'll pull one up,
the work order aligns with a customer if it's
I'll
already
be like, hey
sold.
Dave, here's your block.
All right, you've picked up a small block?
No.
Rockford, I know you have. So we might need to take the camera and film Rockford.
Okay.
It'll be. All right, you take the camera.
I'm getting
And
the
Rockford,
camera.
you come with me.
Okay. It's a small block shed.
Yeah.
Nothing tells me.
Here. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
All right, so you've moved a small block before, right?
I have.
Okay, so pick this one up for me.
You're freaking me out.
Don't really pick it up. Just try.
He
to
said
pick it up.
lift it. Pick it up.
Is it strapped down?
Be a man.
So, a raw casted block, we're gonna shave about 50 pounds off of it.
Oh, wow.
On a small block, big block, we'll shave about 80 pounds.
You telling me she picks these up every day?
Yeah, with a crane.
Really crane. She throws it over her shoulder.
I just
Rock.
do that so you can see how much machining, how much metal gets shaved off
There
of
you go.
them.
There's an
There's a LS.
LS block right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not gonna have kids now, see? Go back to the camera.
All right.
Eddie, you
so
go
this
pick it
is
up now.
this is how they come from us, from Germany. 100% raw casting. We do all the CNC machining
It
in-house.
is raw casted.
Yep, come powder coated.
Doors,
No bolt holes.
Nothing.
Eddie, pick it up.
No. No lifting.
Your arm's not hurt.
You gotta lift with your legs, you fool.
Okay, yeah, you pick it up.
Oh my God, this is heavy. Oh my God, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And she does those all day? No,
Hello?
Rockford.
He literally asked, he said, does she pick these up all day? I said, yes, with a crane.
With a crane.
Hey,
This is wild.
yeah, so 5 different operations. Start at one end, completely machined, ready to go at the other end.
Every block.
Every block. We'll swing in here. We'll probably get to see through the window.
But here you can see all the different tools we have.
All the bits,
And actually
yeah.
how little of the capacity we actually use in this machine. Like it's way more advanced than what we
Oh, I see what you're saying. And they switch heads automatically, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's all and then here's
Wow.
So there's 50 pounds of shavings.
Eddie, don't touch that.
And that all gets recycled.
And sent back to the manufacturer? To the
I don't think it goes all the way back to Germany.
This one's in its scarf.
the solution for that, right?
It's yeah, they have a cutting
It's a-
fluid on it
yeah.
to keep the tool tip cool,
Nice and cool.
and then also the block cool. And then obviously we recycle.
And the machine
then
filters the fluid.
It filters the fluid, dries the shavings, dumps the shavings,
That's crazy.
recycles the fluid, and then I don't know the intervals, but I don't know if it's weekly or whatever, but they'll
The filter, change it or
they'll
whatever.
do an oil change.
That's cool, man.
But then
Watch
you have
this. It's gonna change. It's gonna change tooling.
That quick?
Yep.
And that's it.
Yeah. Different tool
back
now.
to going.
Shut up, dude.
Sometimes it makes cool sounds like that.
Yeah. And then there's the train track right here. So there's a cart that goes back and forth, and it'll pick that block and move it from machine to machine. So like Kel said, nobody touches it from a raw block to a machine block when it comes out the other end.
That's wild.
Yeah. The goal is the machine's always operating, so you'll have blocks waiting to go in.
So they come out on a belt as well?
Yeah. Yeah. On this track,
What?
they get loaded by.
They got a whole train.
That is mind blowing. So when you say no hands at all.
No hand.
It gets loaded in the front by her by hand. The chick that rock can't lift the block, but she can, so she lifts it,
Yep.
puts it in there, and then it comes out the other side done like a
Well, it'll get changed depending on the surface. Like you can see the different ones.
yeah.
So there's different operations. But
Wow. That's a cool shirt.
But then another thing you can see right here is like the difference in the concrete. So before we put these machines in, we had to dig out all of this concrete, and we had to go 4 foot deep with several miles of rebar.
Oh,
under this
for the weight and all
for
the.
the weight and so
machining.
it's stable and it doesn't flex or move or anything.
Wow. That's crazy.
And then yeah, all these are brand new blocks just waiting to get machined.
Wow.
there's a little better view of the track that loads them.
That's crazy, dude. I never thought it was that advanced. It's like assembling a vehicle. Forklift.
Yeah.
Sir, don't get hit. Sorry about him. It's his first day.
Yep, I'm gonna get written up again, Eddie.
Twice in one day. Yes. This field of blocks is just crazy.
Yeah, and then they all have build instructions.
Wow.
Because if you think about it, it's kind of a recipe, right? Like we know what orders need filled. We know what we're wanting to build for inventory. And so you have to have the right amount of blocks. You have to
Yep.
have the right internals. And then you can't just build them, ideally it's like I can't just build 1,000 LSs at once because an LS takes longer on the dyno than say a small block. So
Gotcha.
it's a balance to have everything flowing correctly. But if I don't have those LS blocks ready, and then, on the build sheet for the day is saying, hey, we need to build 50 LSs, but the blocks aren't here, well, now you just shut down the line also. So it's a constant balance of having the right parts, having the right cylinder heads
Have
built,
everything in the
having
kitchen
the
ready
right,
to go.
yeah, it's a recipe, and the guys that run the facility, run all the operations, they do an amazing job. Rockford has a question.
What kind of coating is on all these?
Powder coat.
So it's powder coat?
Yeah, they come from Germany, powder coated.
So this is the same black that we saw over there where the lady was throwing the blocks and make Rockford look like a little pump?
Yeah, pick it up now.
Okay.
Just watch for sharp edges.
Oh, Jesus, still heavy.
Yeah.
I'm injured.
So CNC align hone. We've all seen the traditional align hone, right? Where you're pushing it back and forth. So there's several things involved with that. One, it's a skilled position. So if that individual called in sick, production goes down for the day, right? To get someone trained, it's a month plus, several month process to get them up to speed. And then what we originally did was we had one that was a horizontal align hone where you just push the button, goes through, comes back, it's pass or
Done.
fail, right? Well, then what we decided is we want to be able to do it on small block, big block, LS, small block Ford, and Gen 3 Hemi. So they actually built this vertical one where the robotic arm can, one, change out the tooling so it's block specific, and then it also loads the blocks. And the reason you don't see it running is it's so fast that they'll just crank them all out in the morning and have everything they need for the day.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yep.
And now it just sits the rest of the day?
Yeah, but you can see-
Lazy, the most laziest employee at Blueprint. That's wild.
It never
dude.
calls. It's also the employee that never calls in sick.
True. And never gets written up, Andrew.
Yeah. But this was actually built and designed in-house. So one of our manufacturing engineers built this entire structure, did all the electronics. Obviously the robotic arm we purchased, but they program everything in-house.
According to what you guys wanted.
Yeah, build it.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's crazy,
Yep.
dude.
So this was all designed and engineered in-house. So not only are we designing the engines, we're designing how
The
we
equipment.
build the engines.
Yes. This is wild.
See, then they'll even validate it. And they're knocking down any spurs or rough edges.
It's amazing.
We should have you get in there and try it.
No, because then that engine will fail, and then Norris will be all mad at me. It's crazy how all that equipment, but you guys still take this extra notch for
So everyone
for quality
freaking
control.
out about AI taking their job, it'll never happen.
I'll get rid of that.
No. I just can't see like far away without them.
You're good. So here's obviously after all the machining goes on, then we got to wash the blocks, right? So you're good. This one doesn't count.
All right, I don't want to shut the line down because I'm not paying attention.
So obviously the block gets fully washed before it goes into production.
After they're knocking stuff down, right? For the final.
After everything's machined. And there we're putting in freeze plug.
So wild.
And you can see it gets agitated up and down, up and down.
So that's the manual way of doing it, and then that white machine there is the RoboWash, the dishwasher that does it all
Gotcha.
So this is on the low volume side. On the high volume side, it's automated. That white machine there is more or less a dishwasher for blocks.
So this is for normal production. You guys slow down, you jump to the white one to crank. Or not slow down when you guys get backed up. Crank them out, then go back to that.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, you're gonna
Crazy,
see high volume and low volume because it has to be built for a specific block. So that one, highest volume, still small block GM compatible. So here's some camshaft options. So you can see LS3, Pro Series 427s, Pro Series 509s, 632s.
I figured do one piece at a time. I'll just put it in my pocket.
One piece at a time. Yeah.
Andrew, hold this. This
So
is
they get washed, freeze plugs put in, and then first thing to go in is going to be the cam bearings and camshaft.
And y'all got it.
In fact, right now he's putting in a cam.
Boom, the shaft goes right in. Wow.
ready to have ice cream sandwiches back there.
Ice cream sandwiches?
Yeah.
Oh,
Whole
hell.
tubs of ice cream.
Oh, I can, that's not a good look. We're not close enough to a bathroom.
But see, that is part of taking care of the employees, right?
Yeah.
Having a whole facility.
Does Andrew have his own account?
Oh yeah,
Oh, good. So we can have lunch on Andrew?
Yeah.
for sure.
So this is the start of the block line. But we're actually going to go inside, and not inside the perimeter, and show you more of the rotating assemblies. So everything's balanced to within 2 grams. We're going to match all the rods up to that crank. Since we're building the same engine over and over again, we know the formula and we know what everything needs to be balanced to. But you can see blocks ready to go, already painted. We got crankshafts over here.
Wow.
So here's how the crank's gonna come, and then I'm gonna show you how we're gonna balance and polish it. They come like that, and these ones are ready for production. And what the idea is, the individual on the line never leaves their spot. So we're gonna take the parts that they need to them. So
Hand
that's
off,
what
hand off.
you're gonna see a lot of these carts, like this one, LS only, right? So when they're building a batch of LS, we're gonna roll this over to where the cranks get installed, and he's gonna be able to turn around, grab the crank off the rack, put it in the block.
And he can do a dozen LSs without having to move.
Correct. And there's individuals whose job is to supply the line. So they'll know timing wise, oh, I need to get this cart here. And then they're going to keep an eye on it. Oh, he's getting low. I need to get more to him.
Wow.
But we'll go in here and we'll show you how we're going to balance these. We'll also show you how we're going to weigh all the rods, get the rods ready, do rod and piston install. We'll cut right through here.
Just all paint or that powder coat as well?
Paint.
Paint? Y'all have a paint department?
It's right there. Those 2 paint booths. Here's those rods we're talking about. Sets, rods and pistons, all sets of 8s, balanced, ready to go. You can see all the caps are marked, different colors. So you make sure that they're always matched up. So once the cams get polished, validated, to get signed off on,
Then they go over to get installed.
and then they go over to that rack where you saw ready to be installed.
Wow.
So there's one getting polished. Don't have any getting balanced right now. How's it going? Good. Are you gonna be balancing one soon?
No.
Okay, that's fine.
No.
You guys are too fast.
Huh?
You're too fast.
I bet 10 years of practice.
Wait. Look at that huge band.
What's that?
See where it's worn?
Yeah, it is.
And it's a huge constant
You
band.
familiar with AMD
Look
Garage?
at that, dude. You see that? They're not getting that roll of band at Harbor Freight. Look at that. And then it just feeds, and that's the leftover where it's worn out.
They're in Georgia.
That is rad.
That's cool.
Casinos next week, so they stop by.
Kind of great.
I don't know. That's sick. Ask Andrew. Andrew, what grid is the
We'll be there.
is the blue sandpaper?
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
12,000.
I'd like to know what square footage, how much length do you guys go through that in a week? That's like he's cranking through it, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
For metal, yeah.
That's so nuts. I want to ask him what grip, but I feel like we're interrupting.
No,
He's really busy.
He walked in.
So here you're gonna see where he's getting rods dialed in. If they weigh too much, we'll knock a little off. But they all get matched up.
For the job.
Yeah.
There's a job ticket there too. Wow, so efficient, dude.
So the whole rack's different weights and they're all within spec. So you know how to put together a set of 8 that then's gonna be within spec.
And if they're a little off, you just knock them off and go.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild, man.
Anything there's like an extra that I can fit in when I need it. So
Just hold. You explain, tell them what, this is AMD Garage, just tell them what you're doing.
okay,
You can just hold it like a microphone.
yeah, anything here, I'm grinding these rods or grouping them into sets. These are LS rods, and anything what you guys were looking at over those are like leftovers from. Let's say we start out with 24 sets of rods, and we're evaluating, and we may lose. Like I lost.
For quality control, you're going to lose a couple.
Right, I lost.
They're not within spec.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I lost like 5 of them because the pin ends were too big. So we always got leftovers, and then we'll.
So
try
those
to-
go in the leftover pile. This goes
Right.
into a block, and this waits for the next round.
Exactly. So we'll try and
Very
fit them
cool.
in, and then and that's kind of what I'm doing right now. So,
And if they're a little off on the weight, he said you just knock them off with the.
yep, absolutely. And the more sets I start out with, kind of the more they fill in the blanks weight-wise, so the less grinding I have to do. So,
Amazing.
because usually every set would have to take a little work as far as taking something off, and the more I work with, the less I have to grind.
How long?
Years of experience.
How long have you been here at Blueprint?
About 10 years.
10 years? Awesome. Everybody we meet is like 10, 20, 30, 150. Everybody.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Got a lot of longevity here.
So,
So.
how do you feel about working with Andrew? Be honest.
Andrew?
Yeah.
Andrew's good. He bribes me every Christmas.
That's what it is. I knew it. I knew it was something. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome, my brother.
All right, man.
Thank you, man. I'll let you get
Good.
back to work.
Thanks.
That's awesome. Rockford's just filming. Amanda's gonna do all the magic.
Yeah.
This ain't my job. This ain't my job. Rockford's like, how do you get roped in the building?
We'll go back and actually down the line now. But what I wanted you guys to see is how the parts. So it's like the warehouse is back there full of parts. Parts come here. Rotating assemblies get built. Cranks get polished and balanced. Cams get polished. Rings and rods get installed. We're going to go there next. And then all that supports the actual line of the engines
Actual
getting
assembly.
built. Yes.
Amazing.
So we'll actually go around here and we'll go over to the rings. We call it our ring and rod.
All right, guys, so we're gonna do this. This is it for AMD Garage Blueprint. This is gonna be number 1. So much to see here. We're gonna cut this, and on the next episode, we're gonna show you how it all comes together and all the magic happens, all right? So Amanda, you can cut right now. Amanda, edit out the ugly stuff. Jeez.
Edit out everything ugly except Eddie.
I wish Amanda worked that hard. Amanda, edit that out. Edit that out, Amanda. Hey, Amanda, can you edit where it looks like oh yeah, and then put a block right here. Amanda, edit that out. That's not funny. Amanda, edit that out. Edit that out, Amanda. There's no block in there. It's moron, Amanda. Edit that out. Jesus.
Give me the camera.
Go back to the camera.